Hola guys and girls and welcome to week 1 of the GBA. We are battling against the San José Sharpedos coached by Tom from the other division. So the week 1 are outer division matches, so they're not as important, but still the week 1 match is in my opinion like one of the most important matches of the season, because it basically gives the tone for how the whole season will go. If you lose, you're already down. If you win, you can grab that momentum and go through the whole season. So we are definitely looking to winning this one. So yeah, that's for the history of the match. Not too much to talk about yet. It's week 1. Everybody is starting. So yeah, like if we win high enough, we of course will be in number 1 in our division. If we lose too high, we will of course be last in our division. So yeah, that's basically all about that. Now, all the team. First of all, if you want to know more in detail what my team is all about, I uploaded a team builder yesterday. Link for that will be in the description, so you can check that out. And before you check out that, check out the 2 guys I will link down there. One, we got Sketchy, the guy who gent this team for me. Link to his stuff in the description, and same goes for Potato Jim, the good friend of mine who was kind enough to record this match for me, because like most of you probably know, I do not own an own capture card, so I have to rely on others, and he was kind enough to do that. Same for Sketchy for genting this team for me. So yeah, both the links in the description. Great guys, check them out. So, enough about that. For my team, like I said, team builder for more details for all which don't have the time or just don't want to watch the team builder. A really quick overview. First up, we got a bulky Calm Mind Ladias with Scizor, Thunderbolt and Substitute. A physically defensive Rocky Helmet Donphan with Rapid Spin, Knockoff, Earthquake and Ice Shard. A Lumberry SD Crawdon with Acrojet, Crunch and Knockoff. Then a Choice Specs Magiana with Fleur Cannon, Aura Sphere, Volt Switch and Ice Beam. Then a bulky Trick Scarf Rotom with Overheat, Volt Switch, like I said, Trick and Will-O-Wisp. And last but not least, a specially defensive Decidueye with Energy Ball, Hidden Power, Ice, Roost and Toxic. Looking at Tom's team, he brought the Incineroar, the Zygarde Doggo, the Porygon 2, the Vaporeon, the Nidoqueen and the Celesteela. No Thundurus! And no Azelf. No Azelf means, thank God, I don't have to worry about Z moves. Azelf was like, I was worried about that thing because it was so unpredictable. It was literally like impossible to prepare for every Azelf he could bring. So I'm very happy to not see that. And Thundurus, very big threat to my team. That's why I brought the Decidueye. A lot of pressure gone from the Decidueye, but he brought the Incineroar, which makes it very difficult for my Ladias to sweep. I need to be like at +3 to like 2-hit KO it, not even a bulky Incineroar. So depending on the set, Ladias is not looking too fancy. I have to get rid of that first, but Crawdon is looking very fancy. Like Celesteela does not like taking dark moves. Nidoqueen dies to +2 Aquajet, potentially if he's not physically defensive or as a berry. Vaporeon is the one I would mainly set up on. Vaporeon does not like knockouts. Zygarde Doggo dies to +2 Aquajet, and then the Incineroar, of course, dies as well to +2 Aquajet. So, Crawdon is looking very nice. Ladia's not that nice, and the Decidueye I can use more freely to scout and stuff because he didn't brought the Thundurus. I can use it very nice to switch into the 1000 arrows of the Doggo. And in general, Toxic Porygon, Toxic Vaporeon, Energy Ball, Hidden Power Ice, the Doggo. Like, this Decidueye is not that important this match. I will use it a lot for scouting. But yeah, that's for team preview. Now looking at the leads. Looking at this, I expect him to either lead with his Nidoqueen, because Nidoqueen deals very well with my Rotom, which, like I said, I'm predicting him especially defensive Nidoqueen to deal with my stuff like my Magiana or my Nihilego. So he could very well lead with that, get up rocks, because at least well, like my standard leads I have, the Rotom or the Decidueye or the Magiana and stuff like that. And then you got other potential leads are the Incineroar if it's scarfed. Or in general it has huge, it could be Assault, that's just a bulky pivot in general, that could be a lead. So I think I want to lead with my Ladias, because I think personally that this Nidoqueen lead is the most likely, and if he should lead with Incineroar, which is like the worst case scenario, with anything else I'm decently fine. Versus P2 I would switch out as well, and the Doggo, and Celesteela, but god damn it, okay, Ladias is not a good matchup for many months, but it is a good matchup for Nidoqueen, which I expect, and with everything else I basically have switch-ins. Barring the Nidoqueen is the one I have trouble switching in the most if it's an offensive variant. So I want to have the one which can check the Nidoqueen, because Ladias, it can check the Nidoqueen, but it does not like switching into like a Crunch, Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, or whatever his coverage is he has. So yeah, I lead with Ladias, trying to catch the Nidoqueen, because it has a nice offensive matchup, and let's see what he brings. The battle starting, first match of the GBA Week 1. We are back at Season 7, I hope you're excited. I am as well, and we are challenged by Pokemon Trainer Tom, and let's see what leads with. He leads with Kane, which happens to be his Incineroar, which is very bad for my Latias, but we all know Incineroar does not get pursued yet, so I can, without a problem, switch out right here into my Donphan. This thing gets close to no special coverage, so I don't have to worry about anything hitting my Donphan up, surprisingly. So yeah, I just go with my Donphan, gets maybe some Rocky Harbor damage on him, depending on what he goes for, and he goes for the U-turn. That's real nice, because that's a contact move, I get some Rocky Helm damage on him, and from this damage I know already, this is a Jolly Incineroar with no attack boosting item. And that made me think very well that this is a Scarf Incineroar. Like, this is like, all my alarms are going on, this is a Scarf Incineroar. Why? Incineroar is only 60 base speed. One of the little reasons you run Jolly on a mon like that is if you want to speed creep something, which my team doesn't really give him the chance to. He could just, like my slow mons, he can just speed creep with being adamant. And yeah, and you don't need speed on a base 60 speed mon. So and the damage is not an offensive boosting item makes me very much think that is indeed a Scarf Incineroar. But yeah, we will continue the match right here. This is just a short information I got from this exchange of damage. Gets a regular damage and he decides to go into a Celesteela. I of course can touch this thing, but I have a very nice vision to this thing, which is my Rotom. Rotom will be my main answer to this Celesteela every time this thing comes in. So I hope my opponent won't get rocks on the field. I just go to my Rotom. He reveals the Giga Drain, and from this damage I can tell that he has close to no special attack investment. He could have a little bit, he could have none, but close to no special attack investment, so it's mainly like either bulky or physically offensive, and I just decide to throw off an Overheat, because Nidoqueen is very likely switching, being his special defensive mon, in my, what I think it is at least. I go for the Overheat, get a lot of damage on him, but that's because of a crit, and because of that damage I can tell this is indeed a Spadef Nidoqueen with that crit, otherwise it would have taken way more damage from that. I'm modest, not the full special attack investment, but I'm still modest, so that would have done way more with a crit. But yeah, I decide right, very lucky crit on my part by the way, I still can't kill him with a second Overheat from here, so I have to switch out, and I'm gonna switch out into my Decidueye, because like I said, I'm gonna use him on a lot for scouting what he has, because not the most important squad on my member, and I have trouble switching into Nidoqueen either way. So I go into my Robin Hood, he decides to switch out right here into his Porygon 2, and one important thing to notice is his Nidoqueen didn't got any Black Sludge recovery, so he is not Black Sludge. That means two things for me. Either he is really Spadef invested with like a Berry, which I think is more likely, or he is not Spadef invested and he's Assault Vest. If he is Assault Vest, that means he has no Hazard Setter on the team, because of course you can't run Toxic or Toxic Spikes or Stealth Rock with an Assault Vest. So I'm currently considering this is most likely a special defensive Nidoqueen with some kind of Berry to take some kind of move, be it like an Ice Beam from Magiana or a Psychic from Neodago. Like, these are the best I'm considering right now, but he goes on his Porygon 2, I go into my All, and that's very nice because this is one of the main things I want to Toxic with my All, so I'm gonna throw off that. But yeah, he gets the attack raise of course because I'm Spadef, so I don't have to worry about anything he wants to do. Ice Beams won't do too much, because of course I'm Spadef and Porygon is probably defensive and not investment. Like offensive Porygon you don't see too often barring Trick Room teams, and this is definitely not looking like a Trick Room team with a Scarf Incineroar. But yeah, we exchanged Friendly Toxic actually right here, so yeah, both having the same idea here, trying to wear us down. And I switch out right here into my, what do I switch out here? I expect the Ice Beam definitely, but I think I expect on the Magiana right here, because I expect the Ice Beam right here. Ice Beam or Switch. That's what I expect from you, or recover if he wants to scout for damage. So, and Magiana doesn't care for anything about those, but if you would happen to freeze me, but I mean, that's always the role we have to take, and no freeze. So, you're glad about that. Now here, right here, I will pause. I'm a Choice Max Magiana, but depending on his investment, I can't kill him with an Aura Sphere or Fleur Cannon. I'm most likely not be able to kill him. If he's only max HP with an Eviolite, I have a chance with Fleur Cannon, but it's very low, so I won't be able to kill him now in one turn. So I was thinking about going for the Aura Sphere to get like consistent damage on him, because if I go for Fleur Cannon, he will recover, then he can just keep recovering, because I will get weaker and weaker, and Fleur Cannon will at some point not do enough anymore. With Aura Sphere, I won't do as much damage with the first hit, but of course more of the second hit, and will be able to kill him. But after I hit him with Aura Sphere, he will of course, after this attack, he will know that specs from this damage output, and he can easily go with this Nidoqueen, taking the Aura Sphere and threat me out again, and be a very big threat to my team, because like I said, Nidoqueen is like the mon I have the most trouble switching into. So I decide right here to go straight for the Fleur Cannon, because a Fleur Cannon would actually kill Nidoqueen from this range, even if it's Spadef, because I'm Specs. And let's see what Porygon decides to do. Recover would be the worst case scenario, but we will see what he does. I just go for the Fleur Cannon right here, hoping to get enough damage on him and not allowing basically Nidoqueen to switch into me. I go for the Flare Cannon, get a decent amount of damage on him, but he is definitely split def invested with that amount of damage. He goes for the Discharge, hoping to get the Para, because damage rises won't be doing much, like you can see here, and he does not get the Para deal. I get more toxic damage on him, and yeah, now I'm a -2, my Diana blocked into Flare Cannon, so I can easily predict his switch into his Nidoqueen or his Celesteela to take the hit and basically threaten me out once again. So I want to take the double right here into my Latias, trying to catch the Nidoqueen, because if he should go to Celesteela, that's not as big of a problem. I still have Rotom in the back to take this on. But Nidoqueen, I keep repeating it, but Nidoqueen is a big threat to my team, so I don't want this thing in versus my Celesteela at -2. I go to my Latias, he decides to go into Celesteela, so yeah, sadly do not catch the Nidoqueen on the switch, but I can just straight switch out into my Rotom once again and threaten this thing out with like overheat, stuff like that. He reveals the Leaf Seed, so one thing I know now is that he's not a Swordless, and sadly I did not drop any damage on him, so I have no idea what his defensive investment is or what his item is, so if he has leftovers, if he has like the berry or whatever, I don't know yet. So yeah, it's very difficult for me to let's see, check what kind of Celesteela there is. I decide right here just to go straight for the trick, because I knew that the Nidoqueen wasn't likely to switch in, or his Porygon, so Sack or something like that, or he stays in, and either way I want to trick this. I know the Nidoqueen didn't have Black Sludge, so I don't have to worry about getting a Black Sludge from that thing, but yeah, I want to get rid of the item, whatever it has, and I want to get rid of the Scarf, because looking at his team, he has a Scarf Incineroar, which I won't be able to outspeed, probably, because I am a bulky Rotom with a Scarf. I'm only able to outspeed a non-Scarfer at Bombay, and if he's Jolly with max speed, I won't be able to outspeed Incineroar, so I'm more happy not having the Scarf and be able to switch up moves, because I don't want to be locked into a Volt Switch, granting Nidoqueen a free switch, or the Doggo a free switch, so I want to get rid of the Scarf, and I knew I couldn't get punished by it for getting a Black Sludge. And of course, it would be nice to Scarfing the Celesteela. So I go for a trick, he goes into his Porygon, just a sacking play, I get the Violet from him, not granting anything, but he is Scarfed now. He should still be slower than me, barring he has some speed investment. I'm actually still faster than a no-speed Porygon with a Scarf, so thankful for that little investment I had, and I can just kill him with Volt Switch. If he should have been able to switch into Nidoqueen there, I can just still kill him with an Overheat, so I was not too worried about that. That doesn't get switch up moves now. I will switch out right here and I go into my Decidueye because I try to bait out the Celesteela. I want to have the Celesteela in because Celesteela is like the least varying one I have on the opponent's team. I have Rotom Heat, which is a big threat to his team actually. Offensive Rotom Heat. The only fire resist he has is the Vaporeon. That of course does not like taking a Volt Switch to the face from an offensive Rotom. So I try to bait out the Celesteela, but he goes into his Incineroar, likely switching as well. I go straight into my Donphan. Checking what he wants to go for. He could go Flare Blast, Darkest Lariat, U-turn, many viable plays. He decides to go for U-turn once again. I get another round of Rocky Helmet damage on him, which is very nice. Because one more round of Rocky Helmet and he's actually in range of a +2 Thunderbolt from my Latias, if I should be able to get set up. Or I could get to set up rocks right here. But sadly he goes into his Vaporeon, so I won't be able to get up rocks right here. And I have very easy switch into my O. I won't take nothing from the Scald, and I can't get burnt because I'm already toxic. I can scare him out with energy balls and stuff like that, or toxic him even. He decides to throw a Wish right here. And looking at his team, the Mon which needs the wish the most, or basically the only Mon which needs a wish right now, is the Nidoqueen. So, and I calc the damage. My Energy Ball won't be able to kill the Nidoqueen from the range it's at. So he will actually get a lot of health from this wish back, and I don't want to allow that. So I'm actually going to pull another double right here, trying to expect the Nidoqueen, going into my Latias, hard switching. If he wants to wish himself, that's not too big of a problem. I can potentially set up on this Vaporeon if he doesn't have Roar. So, and if he's switched into Nidoqueen, I'm once again in the got him basically. How the kids say him, got him with my Latias. I just switch out, but he has the Baton Pass, which is very annoying because now he can just go to his Incineroar and U-turn once again to keep the momentum up, weakening my Donphan, all this good stuff. But he actually decides to go into his Nidoqueen still, even with my Latias on the field. That is a very ballsy play of Tom. He just wanted a recovery, but he does not know yet what kind of Latias I am. He didn't have got any damage on me, and if I would be a max special attack offensive Latias with Psyshock, I would actually kill this Nidoqueen. But like you can see here, I'm a bulky one with Calm Mind and stuff like that. And looking at Nidoqueen, I think most likely he just wants a recovery and will switch out next turn. So I decide this is the turn I go for the Calm Mind. Because if he goes next, most likely switching is the Celesteela, and he has Leaf Seed. He did not saw that I have Substitute yet. So if I get the Calm Mind up, he goes to the Celesteela, I can get up a sub on his Leaf Seed, get to +2, be able to kill the Incineroar, or get a lot of damage on the Incineroar, and basically I have the chance to potentially sweep through his team. Because with his sub up, Incineroar, of course, will have to go for a move first to break that and stuff like that, so I can get a lot of damage on his team. So I decided to use the chance to set up with my Ladias. If he's split death with a berry, he won't be doing much with an attack either way, especially with special attacks, because I'm plus 1 defense. But like I can see, he stays in, goes for the Ice Punch, like you will see in a minute, and from that damage, you can see that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage because of critical hit, but still, that shows to me that this is actually an offensive Nidoqueen. He has max attack, not max attack, but he has a decent amount of attack investment, and that's definitely screams. That guy, he has no berry, he is Assault Death, so he actually has no hazards on his team. Didn't expect that, but we are facing Assault Death at Nidoqueen, and looking as it is, I sadly cannot kill him yet. With a +1 Psyshock. With a max roll, I would be giving very close to killing it, but sadly not enough. So yeah, but seeing that he's physical and max attack, he definitely has one move, which is Sucker Punch, which I'm expecting him to go for right here. Like, I'm scouting for Sucker Punch, basically going for a substitute right here. He either goes for Sucker Punch, which he does, and we use the chance to get him, or he would switch out right here, feeling the +1 Psyshock and would behind the sub. So it's basically a no-lose play. He goes for Ice Punch and breaks my sub, and I'm still at the same amount of health, and I can still get a Psyshock off, but now I just go for the Psyshock right here. He actually goes for the Sucker Punch. Like, this was a very mind game, very big mind game for me, let's say that. Because if he would have gone for... I could just easily go for a second Core Mind and then definitely be able to kill him. Or I could have gone for Roost. Stuff like that. If I had Roost. He doesn't know my set yet. He only has seen Core Mind and Substitute. I could easily have a Roost and like Dragon Pulse, Roost Psyshock, Roost Thunderbolt. Roost Thunderbolt wouldn't make sense with Nidoqueen, of course. But yeah, he doesn't know my set yet. So I do not... Like, he wins the mind game definitely here with going for the Sucker Punch. But I did predict him to go for Ice Punch, predicting me to go for Roost, the second Core Mind, stuff like that. So I did go for the Psyshock right here, predicting him to go for Ice Punch to get some damage on him, and after that I can maybe steal enough health for a substitute. Because he doesn't, I mean, of course he doesn't know the investment, he doesn't know that I can't kill him at +1, he probably thinks I would kill him with a down Psyshock, so that's why he goes for Sucker Punch, but yeah, like I said, I won't be able to kill him with Psyshock at +1. So yeah, I just go for that. Maybe I get a crit. We can hope at least. Come on, Lufthansa, can you pull through with a crit? We can see right here that he get a lot of damage, but we get the max roll, but it's still not enough to kill the Nidoqueen. And I get leftovers. And do I have enough health for a substitute? No, I don't. He doesn't know that, so, and I don't want to sack my Ladias yet. I just go straight into my Crawlon, because he's either going for Ice Punch, predicting me to go for Substitute, or going for Sucker Punch, trying to kill me if he sees that I'm not enough for a sub. But he goes for the Ice Punch. Yeah, it's very difficult to estimate if you have enough for a sub or not. But yeah, I can Crawlon, easily go for the Aqua Jet, even if he goes into his Vaporeon. I'm not worried about that. Vaporeon is the one I wish to set up with this thing. So yeah, I'm not worried about him going into that. Oh, graphic glitch, and there's gone again. He goes to his Vaporeon, nice prediction on this, but like I said, I'm not worried about that. I can just go straight for the Sword Stance and basically kill this thing with a +2 knockoff. Or knockoff plus crunch, depending on his investment. He goes actually for the Baton Pass. I was predicting him to go for the Scald right here, trying to get a bonus on that, but he goes for the Baton Pass and he goes straight into Celesteela. And now I have very hard decision to make. Because like I said, I have no idea yet what kind of Celesteela it is. The only information I have is there's Giga Drain, Leaf Seed, and close to no special attack investment. With no special attack investment, he won't actually not be able to kill me with the Giga Drain, but then I'm in range of Extreme Speed from the Doggo and stuff like that, and Crawlon is looking like my win condition. And depending on this, I could kill him with a knockoff if he has an item and is not too bulky. I have a very good chance of killing him with a +2 knockoff, but like I said, I have no idea what kind of style he is. If he's only max HP and I go for knockoff, I would kill him at +2. So it's a risk I'm not willing to take yet, so I'm gonna switch out. After the match we talked of course about everything, and it turns out I actually had a 56% chance to O-Comb right here, so I could have gone for the roll and basically gone for game right there, but yeah, like I said, I was not willing to take the risk yet. He just goes for the safe Giga Drain, trying to get a lot of damage on me. I have a very nice switch into my Rotom, of course, and I can just fire off a Volt Switch right here. Because now I can switch up moves, and if he goes to Nidoqueen, I can just kill him with an Overheat. He does go to Nidoqueen, did catch my Volt Switch right here, but like I said, I can just go for the Overheat, kill this thing, but he actually outspeeds me. Didn't expect that, because I'm a very speedy Rotom, and that means he's close to max speed, but he goes for Ice Punch. I have no idea if that's the best thing he has to hit me. Like, if he has only Sucker Punch, Earth Power, Ice Punch, and I don't know what the other move could be. Thunder Punch, maybe? I don't know, but I can just go for the Overheat and kill this thing, and Nidoqueen is gone, and that's the biggest threat to my team gone. He decides to go into his Doggo here, and like I said, I don't want to go straight into Donphan, taking 1,000 arrows. I first want to pivot out into my O, and then go into my Donphan on a potential Crunch or Outrage or whatever. So I go straight into my owl. I can still take a +1 crunch from this range. If he should go for a Dragon Dance right here, and I can close to kill him with an Edge by Ice, but he goes for 1,000 arrows, and that does it around 30%. That is way too much damage. From this damage, I know this is a Jolly Choice Banded Zygarde 10%. So he is choice locked into 1000 arrows right now. I want to go for the Roost right here, because if he's choice banded, I can't switch in Donphan freely on this thing, because the choice banded outrage will actually 2-hit KO me from that rage. So I want to keep my ult at a good amount of health now. I go for the Roost. He uses the chance to get a free switch into his Cane, the Incineroar. I go for the Roost right here, and I calc the damage. If he should go for the Flare Blitz, I can still take 1 outrage from the Zygarde. If he should go for something else, I can even take another Flare Blitz on this thing. So I just go straight back into my Donphan. Because like I said, if I get 1 more round of Rocky Helmet damage, I can potentially kill him with +2 Latias. But I mean, to be fair, getting up the +2 with Latias is getting difficult, seeing how low it is in Don't Roost. He decides to go for the Darkest Lariat and gets a decent amount of damage on me, but this is still range. I can still take a Flare Blitz from this thing, and I can still take an Outrage from Zygarde. So this is exactly the amount I want to keep my Donphan at. That's why I'm switching out right here. I don't want this thing taking a Darkest Lariat, and I have an easy switch in Darkest Lariat. It is my Magiana, which of course resisted. I didn't want to go for Earthquake right here, allowing the Sin to get more damage on. I would kill the Incineroar, but I can't allow Donphan taking more damage. I need him at that amount of health. He goes into his Vaporeon. I predicted Celesteela switch in, because that's his only switch, and he has to Fleur Cannon right now. Nidoqueen is dead, so I go for the Volt switch. It would have hurt the of course the Vaporeon in front of me, and it will hurt the Celesteela. And if it should have gone into Doggo, I can still have a very nice switch into my ult. And yeah, like I said, Celesteela, what do we bring in? We bring out our Rotom Heat, and we can threaten this out once again. And I decide right here what I want to go for the Volt switch, because I don't think I want to go to Doggo. Doggo seems like his win con. No, not Doggo. Incineroar seems to be his win con right now. But yeah, I just go for the Volt switch, killing this thing. If you want to go into Doggo, I still can just take him, go into my ult and check it. Basically, I don't want him to go into his Doggo, because Doggo or the Incineroar, I don't want any of them coming in, because both of them will force me to either switch into my ult or my Donphan. I can't allow damage on them. I don't want damage on them more than I have already. This would be a chance to go for an SD, but I said actually go for knockoff, get a crit. This was because I want to go scout for the Roar. I have no idea if this thing has Roar yet. If I would go for SD and he goes for Roar, I would be in a bad spot. I'm currently very much ahead, but knockoff plus Crunch will kill any variant of Vaporeon. At least it has a very good chance to kill any variant of Vaporeon if he's max HP, max defense, which most of them aren't, because max HP usually don't run on Vaporeon because it has such a huge HP set already. But knockoff plus Crunch would kill him either way. That's why this crit won't matter. He decides to go for these scores, so I could have set up with my Crawlant and gone for the +2. And we have another graphic back. God damn it! Come on. Foul C media player, you got this, I believe in you. And there we go, he goes to Scald, gets a crit on his own, which is very sad, because now, even though he didn't burn me, it shouldn't matter because I have a Lumberry, I am now in range of a choice when it streams from the Doggo. Like I said, I can just go for Crunch, kill this thing, but yeah, now I'm the speed of the Crunch, the X3 from the Doggo. He only has Doggo and Incineroar left. And I have basically close to all my months left. I have still 5 months left, so I'm not too worried about this. I try to be. Oh wait, no, I have 6 months. I have all my 6 months left, so I'm looking like I could get a very nice win right here. But he goes on this Doggo, and I'm trying to be cheeky here. I think he is basically Tom is very much at the back foot right here. He's like he's in a huge disadvantage. I'm 6-2 ahead right here, so I think, and he saw my switch into Owl last time to this Doggo. And if he has Choice Banded Crunch, it will actually 2-hit KO me. Like with Toxic, no, it won't be able to 1-hit KO me because I'm close to full health, but it will be able to 2-hit KO me. So basically, he could get differential less if he tries to break my ult right here, which was my switch in last time. So I try to be cheeky here and predicting his Crunch and going for the Aqua Jet, because that will be a 2-hit KO on this thing if he locks himself into Crunch. So I just go for Aqua Jet right here, hoping he would go for Crunch, trying to catch my Decidueye. But yeah, Tom is not playing like that. He attacks once in front of him and gets rid of my Crawdon, sadly. So we are 5-2 ahead now. But I have switched into my Gianna, and yeah, he can switch in his Incineroar. I can just go straight for an Ice Beam right here, going safe, killing this Doggo. I could have gone for Fleur Cannon, but I don't want to miss, to be fair. So I just did go for the Ice Beam right here. I did not expect him to go on the Incineroar because something died right here, basically, if I would have gone for Fleur Cannon. And Incineroar is his only mon left. And yeah. I get to use this grid right here. Sorry. I get my Soul Heart boost, but yeah, like I said, he can just go into this Incineroar. And I use this chance right here to sack my Latias, check what he locks himself into, and then switch accordingly. If he should, like, check, like, he has Dark Lariat, he has U-Turn, he has probably Flare Blitz, and I don't know what his last move is. I just want to check what he switched himself into, and I don't want to get my Magiana down, because I'm working on Magiana getting up in the MVP race, so I don't want to die. He locks himself into Flare Blitz, and that's pretty easy. Now I can just go to my Donphan, which has enough HP to guaranteed live another Flare Blitz. He's not in Blaze range, he is Scarf, we already knew that. And yeah, that's a 4-0 win for the Borussia Donphan over the San José Sharpedos. This Flare Blitz won't be able to kill my Donphan, I can just go for Earthquake and kill him. And yeah, we go on with a 4-0 win, barring the part that he crits me! He crits me on the crucial turn, god damn it, my Donphan goes down, and because of the recall and the Rocky Helmet, he actually got in Blaze range as well, meaning that my Rotom won't be able to take a hit from this thing. So I couldn't even bring it down to a 3-0, I have to go into my Robin Hood, which is the Mon which would give him the most recoil damage, because it has the most HP on my team left. So I just basically hope that this Flare Blitz will kill him from recoil, and Robin Hood pulls through, sacrificing himself, and basically Incineroar will die to his own recoil right here. But yeah, a very unfortunate crit at the end, bringing it down to a 2-0 instead of the 4-0. But a win is a win is a win is a win. GG Tom. This was the 2-0 win for the Borussia Donphan versus the San José Sharpedos in week 1. Very nice win. We can hopefully grab that momentum and keep going through the other weeks. Next week we are actually facing George, the champion of last season. So very excited for that match as well. But yeah, like I said, GG Tom. Not quite the team I expected. A lot of crits, to be fair. A lot of crits this team, and often the times where I was like crit and return crit right away. Overall, I might say that I got the worst end of the hex though, with the crit on Crawdont and the crit on Donphan at the end. But we pulled through at the end, so it's not that bad. I don't want to be sounding like I'm salty right here. But yeah, that is the match. I hope you enjoyed. Definitely check out Tom. His links will be in the description for his side of the match and his narration. And yeah, hit me on Twitter, Facebook, all these in the description. And yeah, the Donphans are rolling out to the cup. We started with a win week 1, not like last season. We are back in season 5 mode. And if you know me from season 5, then you know how this season is gonna go. But yeah, that's enough for me for this time. I will see you next week. Goodbye.